Hey, I'm Savannah, Phung, and
I'm Asha Newman.
and this is Can We Chat? Today we have Patrice Williams with us. So, what is it like to be a county supervisor?
Well, I am running for county supervisor in 2020. And the job responsibilities of a county supervisor has multiple levels. One of the biggest responsibilities is it oversees $1 billion county government budget. So that's the biggest overarching responsibility. And what's interesting about that is that budget touches all areas of the community. For example, the homeless community. There's a large portion of the budget that is apportioned for that. It's also the running of the county government. There's a portion allotted for that also. But also other programs including touching mental health services and other types of services as well.
Okay. What made you want to be a county supervisor?
Great question, thank you. So the reason why I wanted to be a county supervisor is I felt that I wanted to serve the community and lead at the same time. And I was looking for the type of county supervisor that was part of the community, cared about the community, would go into areas of the community that others wouldn't go into, and really just become a part of the community and the solutions. And then when I thought about it, I said, you know, I'm looking for this type of county supervisor, and really that type of community supervisor would be me. So with that is why that's why I want to take on this challenge in becoming a supervisor.
That's great.
Thank you.
What would be the first thing that you would change if you could? What's the difference that you would make?
So the difference I would make as a county supervisor, for example, right now, a week ago, the budget was reviewed by the county supervisors. So because I come from the community, I would look at that budget and I would say, okay, this portion is for, say, the homeless community. This is the second year. What were the outcomes from last year? And from that, how can we make those outcomes better? So say there were, say, 200 homeless residents served. How can we take that same amount of money and serve 50 more, 100 more? Or do we need to add a little bit more to it to serve more people? So what I do the best is I am fiscally efficient with government dollars, and that makes me stand out as well.
Wow, that is amazing. How else would you want to help people in our community?
Well, I think to help people in the community, you have to be a part of the community. So that means going to events. That means going to where service providers are who are helping the community. It's talking to them and it's saying, what are we missing? Where are the gaps? And then taking those gaps and really looking at the county budget and seeing how we can fill those gaps. For example, recently there's an agency that works with senior services. It's called Area Aging Agency. And this agency went out of business. And they're serving members of our senior community. Well, with them going out of business, the question is, where do those services go? And so I want to make sure that there are no gap in services for our seniors. So something called the GPA, and it's a joint GSA, a joint services agreement, is being put in place so that there's no gap in services. So what I want to make sure is now that there's a new agency that's in place, we want to make sure that they're fiscally solvent and they're serving the senior community, but we want to make sure that they're serving more of the senior community. Now that we're seeing that this first agency is folded, we're seeing gaps in services where seniors needed certain services and they weren't there for them. So now this is a time where we can recreate services and we can say, you know what, the seniors need a suicide prevention line. Fine, we need to include that in that budget now. So it's a bad thing that this agency folded, but it's good in a way that we can look and make sure that our seniors are really being served in a more comprehensive way.
Since, around this area, people think that there's a lot of crimes in this area. So how do you help with that? Is there any way you could?
That's a great question. Public safety is on the minds of a lot of people. The region that I service for District 2 is pretty unique. So it's a portion of Vallejo, it's a portion of Fairfield, and it's all of Benicia. And so there's all of these really cool different community pockets, and they all worry about things that are different. So there's a pocket that I serve that's concerned about a cement factory that is coming, that may or may not be coming in. There's a portion that I serve that is worried about public safety, and maybe right now the areas that they live, the communities, the neighborhoods that they live in may have an issue with crime or burglaries. And then there's other areas that are gated and they're not as concerned about public safety. And so as a supervisor, there are a number of divisions and departments that are under the county government. And one of those is two things: the probation department, and they work with a lot of reentry residents, and also there is the sheriff's department. So that is under the budget and the purview of the county supervisors. So yes, it is related. That's such a great question because people don't realize that is under the budget of the county supervisor. And what's interesting about all of these departments that report in to the county supervisor is they come in and they make reports and they say what's going on in the communities and what they're doing to resolve it. And as there are 5 members of the Board of Supervisors. So each of these 5 all weigh in and ask questions and what are you doing to resolve this? Because we're out in the community and we see that this is a concern. So we get to ask the head of the sheriff's departments and the head of probation about all of these issues that the community cares about and that you care about, because I can tell because you asked me about it.
Well, of course, we care about our community and all.
Yes.
Well, we live here.
Yes.
So, yeah, thank you for being here. And if anybody has any more questions about you, how do they contact you?
Well, so to contact me, I'm on social media, so you can do, they could do a search for my name, Patrice Williams, and I'm not sure if I can give you my website information, but if you do a search for Patrice Williams, they will be able to find me and all my contact information. But can I ask you a question?
Yeah, yes.
As youth in Solano County, what do you care most about? What are you worried about?
I care, right now, I care about protection of schools.
Yes. Safety.
Yes,
Safety in your schools.
We need to pay attention to safety in schools right now. With everything that's happening, I think there need to be stricter laws, especially with gun violence and, yeah, basically.
And for me, safety all around, because once in a while at night I hear very loud gunshots, and some of the people I know are, some young people here are doing a lot of different types of drugs.
Yes.
And after the marijuana law was like, it's all good to do it, I don't know if that was such a great idea. And this area here, I know a lot of people who sells it and, you know, have it, and it's not good for their health.
Yeah.
And it's underage.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, you know, that's really important to know. Like with public safety, I just attended, I tell you, I attended a peace rally at MIT, but I also know that there were peace rallies by students going on all throughout not only Vallejo, but I've heard of some in Fairfield and Vacaville as well. And as youth, you all really can make a difference because now at 16, you can register to vote. And then that vote becomes active, almost goes into like a hibernation. And then it becomes active at 18. And so these things that you care about, you can go to your county supervisor, you can go to your city council people, and you could even, we also have our assembly people and our senators and our U.S. House of Representatives. So we have all of these public officials, elected officials that are elected by us, and we get to go to them and we say, and especially if it's a body of people. So say it's everyone in your school and you're saying, we all care about this and this is what you need to do. So you can do that and then go to your elected officials as a body. Because what I can tell you is I used to be a lobbyist, and this is what they do. They do as a group. So it's not just one single person saying, I care. You're saying, there's 200 of us. We all care. We all are either going to be voting soon, in 2 years, when it matters most to you, and this is what we care about. And we need you to come in so we could talk about it. So that's the power of having something that you're passionate about, and you can do something to change it even at your age, most importantly at your age.
So, thank you for
Yes.
being here, and I hope we get to talk to you next time because we had a great conversation.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
So, yeah, this is Can We Chat, and see you next time. Bye.